Alrighty, we're playing Minecraft. I don't know why I get that aggressively. Hey, but listen here. This realm is back up. All right, I that first episode I did not play any after that. But we're back. We're back. We have the code up. We're chilling. For some reason my pack is not on. Um, let's see. See, I don't even know what that is. Um, I did. So that's a little odd. That's not on. Give me a second. I'm leaving now. But this Minecraft series, I wanted to get this back up, start playing Minecraft again, because I just kind of took a break from it. But we're back, and I have to put on my. See, it says it's on though. Brother, please. Yeah, it says it's on. Why are you lying to me? You're fibbing. Literally, literally footing. Sorry. I've been eating candy. I'm chilling right now, guys. A little hyper. Candy in my streams. And now, tomorrow's school. It's fine. But I am in the caves mining, and there's a reason. Last I left off is I wanted to mine, but I wanted to do it on stream. And that's why we're here. My pack did not work, so that was that idea. But how you guys been doing? I'm chilling. See, I want to have headphones on, but don't. I'm just not, because yeah, I'm just not. I'm still on that damn giant. Okay. But how's your day been going? Pretty fun. I now have to freeze again because I didn't do the right tags. I'm so okay, guys. I'm still streaming off of a fucking PS4. I know it's old. I'm supposed to then have a PC. Hey, those bitches they're expensive. Give me some time. Damn it, I can't even find some. I'm about to tweak. I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna rage. I got it. Okay, but we're just gonna be mining for right now. Um, I don't know how much I did in my last stream I did with my group, but we did end up playing on the run for a while, and then we just all stopped. But you know, you gotta back up. I'm not doing it, you know. If you want to join the realm, you're gonna have to get in the Discord. There's no other way around it. Where's that Discord code? Give me a second. Just gotta make sure it's in the announcements. No, it is not. I'll get that in there another time. Did my ping bot stop? Like, bro, what the fuck? Get back to work. Guys, I'm not long into ping bot. It's kind of tragic. I've streamed her forever. My apologies. Okay. Trying to see real quick. Last one. Yeah, it's the ROM updates. Yep. Okay. It's in there. So I was listening to Hamilton. I don't really gotta yap too much. I'm just chilling, man. Breathing oxygen. Trying to find something down here, man. But why am I at? I'm living with woods. I want to get copyright strike. No, please don't. Stop singing. But it's too good. I'm trying to see how much I really want to record Minecraft, because like new realm cheats are on, because I kind of wanted to see if I wanted to put like command blocks and shit down, but you know, I can always change depending on how many people join and shit, since I just completely gave up. So the school's there, but we'll be fine. We're fine. Wait for it. I'm living a life I can control. We're back in the mind. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I've been rearranging the Discord server just to like fix the realm real quick because it looked a little messy. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. And up. What the flip? Okay, hey you'll save me. Okay, well, that did a little nothing. Okay, so I killed him. Well, that almost went terrible. Happened. I made several errors. Also, am I TPing? Yeah, I am TPing. Stop. Stop. Well, how cute. Ha! Mother! Why are there so many baby... Ultimate... I made a stairway. Okay. Well, you little gremlin. No. Like a farm. Screw you guys. Is there a fucking, like, zombie spawner down there? Die. Run it. Yeah, I killed it. Killed that child with no regrets. It kills Phil's in Minecraft. It ended. Oh, mother. Okay. Dude, I think there's like a zombie spawner down there or something. Or it's just too dark. Trying to like fix something right now. If you could like leave me alone. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I got him. It's fine. I can continue my work in peace. As a hard worker in the mines. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this like whatsoever. Just a random dip. Probably gonna make it to the stairway, but I wanna go down here real quick. I gotta get me some goodies. Can you not? Can you not? What the? Bro, I can't live in this society. Do you mind dying? Do you mind dying real quick? Thank you. Well, I'm gonna heal first. Because I keep getting assaulted. Yeah, I don't know why that keeps happening. Yeah. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're getting up. That's not up. That's down. That's up. Alright. I want this gold. Gold fiend. You just gotta be a bitch, huh? Just had to be one. Alright, we keep moving. Hey. Stop. 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 We're fine. We're cruising. Getting ores, you know. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. Not disappointed. I'm just chilling. I am gonna go out though. Ah, my head. Hey, can you, okay. Oh. Just camping in there. See how far that man was? Die. Die. Or you got me dead. I'm ready. Hey, I ain't say it. I ain't say it. I didn't do anything. We're just playing Minecraft. We're chilling. We're living life to the fullest. Hey, ooh, Elon is doing what? Oh, I'm so joining that shit. Oh, we're listening to this piece of garbage. Okay, so apparently Elon is doing a little live space talk. Of course, I want to hear everything out of his freaking disgusting little mouth. You have a new follower. Oh, that's cool. When? Hey. It's okay, though. He's rolling on music, so I'm gonna just put it on speaker. Okay, that's gonna be on. Now we have this nincompoop in the back. Yeah, I do not like Elon Musk. I said it here. I said it now. And I also don't like Trump. Not too of a Trump man over here. Kinda hit his guts. Not gonna lie. But you know, he's gonna be y'all veterans. I'm not claiming that man. Where did all these people? Where did they come from? Hey, these are all the Trump supporters. Trust. They're all dead zombies. Brain dead zombies. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I take it back. I'm chilling. I don't take that back. I just hate zombies. Also Trump supporters. Anyway, I'm gonna do this. How about that? I'm just gonna hit it with the. Cause I don't know where all those guys came from. To be honest, kind of just appeared. You can die first though, cause you have a bone for some reason. You got a bone to pick with me? Yeah, I apologize for that, Jill. Hey, you unloyal child. Stop switching fathers, you orphan. Where was you at? Hey, I was joking. Didn't know you had squad. Didn't know you had gang. He had gang. I was not familiar with your gang. You're dead. He's not dead. You're dead now. He's dead. Ah! Oh, that's where you came from, the deep dark? Get the fuck back. Get in that hole you came from, you little rat. Oh my god, there's so many in there, huh? It's gonna be a boss fight. Get so much XP. I'm gonna. That one is up. I cannot get trapped. I gotta parkour. I'm going. That man has an iron sword. Is it on hard? I feel like it's on hard. I gotta kill this child before the. Okay, just stay where. Yes, he dropped that sword. You die. Die. What's that sword? What's the sword? Unbreaking? Are you kidding me? I almost died for. Oh, someone speak. Oh no. Trash is talking.
Send a rose to you.
What's the chat saying? What's the chat saying? Doge and Mars. If we find intelligent life on other planets, I'll probably register now.
You're good there?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
So they're talking about Doge and Mars.
Well, it's just
Okay.
space this conversation, and it's not meant to be anything big or formal. Just kind of an update. I've got the legs here in the background, and we can also take some questions about Mars and other things if people are interested. All right, Alex. On the internet. So let's see. Well, first of all, it's obviously a tremendous honor to be working on Doge, and for this to be something that President Trump recognizes as important enough to include in his inauguration speech. It's worth noting that both Doge and Mars were in the president's inauguration speech.
Shut the fuck up.
Is,
We know that.
There's
Paid for it.
amount of things you can talk about in that speech, and both government efficiency and Mars were made prominent elements of the inauguration speech and in the early executive orders as well. Meaning that President Trump takes improving government efficiency very seriously. Obviously, although it is a humorous name, ironically, I think Doge will have a very
humorous name. Okay. Fucking calculating that with your billing. I'm chilling. I'm fine.
Astonishing.
I'm fine.
Scale and scope. And Senator Ernst actually has been working on this for, I think, perhaps more than a decade. I think a long time, and has uncovered many crazy things. So that's why I invited her to speak, as well as Vivek, who's been thinking about this for a long time. And maybe there'll be some others that come along. But there's already been really tremendous progress.
Kind of already upset.
Rough estimate is that there's at least a few $1 billion a day of savings.
I stopped for like a second and it's like cooks me.
Now that may sound like a lot, but when you talk about a federal, well, let's see. With that, perhaps Senator Ernst, it would be great for people to hear from you. I think not that many people have heard from you, and you've been spending more time on this than we have, and it would be great to hear your thoughts on government waste and efficiency and things that could be better, and maybe some anecdotes about some of the crazy things you've seen. Hopefully you can hear me. Well, might have lost her, unfortunately. Let's see, Vivek, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Perhaps you'd like to say a few things.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool to lay the foundation for the first couple of months. You've been kicking ass in the last couple of weeks, and it's been funny to watch the public processing of this, which is basically on the side of eliminating waste, fraud, abuse from the government. And, the basic idea of a democracy is that the people we elect to run the government should be the ones who actually make the laws in Congress.
Exactly.
And the bureaucrats have no place in doing it. And so, I guess my question for you is, 2 weeks in now, the thing we're taught is that we have 3 branches of government, not 4.
Right.
What's your experience now, 2 weeks in? Is there actually a 4th branch of government?
There most definitely is. This is actually really, what Vivek's saying is really goes to the heart of the problem. In order for us to be a true democracy, a functioning democracy, the government must be responsive to the people. That's literally what democracy means. However, when you have a vast unelected bureaucracy that is not answerable to the public, and where if the elected officials, if the president, the people in Congress and the Senate actually don't have, if they don't have the power to affect the bureaucracy, and it's actually extremely difficult to affect the bureaucracy, then you do not have rule of the people. You do not have democracy. You have rule of the bureaucracy. And this is obviously wrong. It is unconstitutional. And it is imperative, therefore, that we return power to the people of the country.
This nigga,
and not
bro?
Have tyranny of the bureaucracy,
chilling,
which
chilling. I said
we most definitely have had to fall out to a degree that is absurd. As Vic said, it's not just that there's an unconstitutional fourth branch of the government, but it is arguably the most powerful branch of the government. Joni, I see you're back. Would you?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
I can. Yes.
Yep.
I apologize, gentlemen. Yes, it hopped to my laptop. So
Hop to my laptop.
You know, I've been working on this for, as
hop to my
Elon said,
laptop.
over a decade now with my Squeal Awards, and there are many in Congress that actually
Oh.
really do care
They really
about
do.
this.
Absolutely.
The problem I think is there are not enough of us
Yes.
that have paid attention to this. And so while I highlight a lot of the abuses, and you wanted some anecdotes, Elon, and I've shared a number of those with you
You've
and
got some fingers,
Vivek.
so it's like I think
Oh.
like just like
Oh.
it's hard to resonate. It's hard for the public to resonate with statistics because it's sort of like, but people can really resonate with powerful anecdotes.
Oh my gosh.
And, yeah. So, do we lose again? Hopefully not.
I mean,
Oh,
Joni
yeah.
had a bunch of them. Yeah, you had a bunch of them, Joni.
Yeah, I did. Sending kitties to spas to find out whether they produce less fur balls, heck up less fur
Really?
balls. So, yeah, we've spent taxpayer money on that. We put shrimp on a treadmill to see how fast they run. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. What the fuck? She keeps on texting me. Do I could? See, I was listening to that.
What? COVID.
Well, yes,
We
it-
saw
it-
how that
yes.
ended.
Well, in fact, it's pretty outrageous that the COVID the virus was developed in what is it's lab Wuhan and yet was funded by U.S. tax dollars, which was simply routed through this sort of fake nonprofit EcoHealth.
Absolutely insane. And I know, Elon, you have been on USAID. You
Yes.
have really, and so
That's the
this,
one that's missed for sure.
this was another one of my efforts.
Yeah.
And this began years ago when we were trying to figure out what they were doing with our American taxpayer dollars that were going to support humanitarian efforts in Ukraine. So I wanted to know exactly how those dollars were being spent, and
Right.
not
A
just
reasonable request.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And I shared this with you earlier, Elon, just privately, but we got all kinds of threats from USAID because I was trying to exercise my oversight capacity in Congress. So they.
I mean, that's just shocking. I mean, it's
Oh.
how I mean, honestly, it's outrageous that a taxpayer-funded organization would threaten a U.S. senator who is simply trying to figure out if American taxpayer money is being spent correctly and not fraudulently.
Yes, and so what my staff and I had estimated was that 30 to 40% of
hard to listen
the
to.
USAID's awards would go to indirect costs. So their overhead, their rents, employees,
It's a hell
things
of
like
a
that.
rent. Whoa, what are they living in? A Taj
but,
Mahal?
hey, but get this. But okay, after
Where did my
months
captions
and
go?
months
Come
and
on,
months of obstruction where USAID
No
wouldn't
captions?
let us
Cool.
in, they told us the,
No, it's
the,
fine.
the NICRA, the negotiated indirect cost rate agreements, it's a lot of, government jargon. But anyway, the indirect cost, they said that the database, it doesn't exist. That was a lie. That was a lie. It was false.
Yes.
Because we found it. And then we were told we weren't allowed to access the database.
Yeah.
And then that's when Congressman McCall and I came together and we launched an official congressional investigation so that we could gain access to
What?
the
Wow.
And then after about 6 more months of negotiations, then my staff was finally allowed to access very limited data. They were allowed to go into a room and they couldn't take notes. They were on camera the whole time. They couldn't remove any of the information. But what my staff found is, you were laughing at that 30 to 40% because that is outrageous. That was understated.
What?
In some of the cases, the NICRA rates were upwards towards anywhere from 50 to 60%. And that doesn't include the cost for subcontractors, what the subcontractors were adding on. So this is the problem with USAID. And that's why, Elon, I'm with you on this, because so much of that taxpayer money is not even going to, we love to feel good about helping starving children in name your country, but it's not going there. It's going to pay rents in Paris.
Yes, exactly.
It's going to support somebody's fancy dinner to
100%.
entertain whoever.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
I'll have coal.
to be clear, in shutting down, which we're in the process of doing, shutting down USAID, the reason for that, as opposed to simply trying to do some minor house cleaning, is that as we dug into USAID, it became apparent that what we have here is not an apple with a worm in it, but we have actually just a bowl of worms. And so at the point at which you don't really, like, if you've got an apple that's got a worm in it, maybe you can take the worm out. But if you've got actually just a bowl of worms, it's hopeless. And USAID is a bowl of worms.
Mm-hmm.
There is no apple. And when there is no apple, you've just got to basically get rid of the whole thing. That is why it's got to go. It's beyond repair. So, yeah.
Well,
There's a solution to this, which is that let's say something's got that the people of this country just demand needs to exist again. It can always be voted back into existence by Senator Ernst and her colleagues.
100%. Totally.
The fact that isn't going to happen reveals
Exactly.
exactly why many of these agencies, really, deletion is the only answer that's left.
Well, yes. Well said,
Got time
Vivek.
to do
That's
it.
exactly right. If it turns out we really need such an organization in the future, we just create it. Problem solved.
By the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the people, answerable and answerable to the people and to the people's elected representatives.
Mm-hmm.
That is the way that government is supposed to work.
that I agree, and more transparency.
Yes.
Sunshine is the best disinfectant out there.
And they hate sunshine. That tells you something.
Yes. So, we need to be able to exercise our oversight, and this is where we have been blocked so long in Congress. I mean, you can go onto my official
Why the fuck do I have
website on the
potatoes?
internet.
Yep.
You can look
crap?
through my
that's why.
priorities, go to my squeal area. You can go back. I've got the last several years on there of efforts,
Oh, that's crazy.
whether it's USAID,
Did not know that was there.
NIH, the National Institutes
Yep.
of Health, those taxpayer dollars that were going to China's Wuhan Institute of Virology, SNAP overpayments through USDA and the states.
Yep.
I mean, you name it. Just even my back to work report.
Yep.
The out of the office that we've talked so much about.
Yes.
And on day one, the president came in and said, "Hey, everybody back to work."
Yeah.
I don't think most Americans understand that only 6% of our federal workforce shows up to work in the office every single day. Only 6%.
Yes,
And
absolutely. It's truly insane. In fact, one of the most insane things I've seen was that I was speaking with the hopefully soon to be Attorney General Pam Bondi, and she was telling me that the U.S. engraving is, I guess, which used to be the U.S. Mint, which is actually a building that is an historic building, actually a beautiful building, is here in D.C. and the windows are all broken and is turned into a homeless encampment. That means like this, that nobody, it's so many,
What?
like this, no one comes to work to such a degree.
What?
There's a beautiful building that has all the windows broken and it's turned into a homeless encampment in downtown D.C. That's how absurd it is. It's beyond belief.
Please, there's no way someone's gonna believe this,
yeah,
right?
And that's why so many of these buildings, if we could repopulate them, that would be great. And
yes.
That way we can have oversight and make sure employees are doing what they're supposed to do. You know, I'm going to hammer on USAID one more time.
Absolutely. Well, they deserve it.
You know, we talk about the locality pay abuse, and that's what happens when people aren't working in the office. What they're doing in D.C., and not everyone, I don't want to accuse every federal worker of being a bad actor, but I have seen so many examples of this. We had a USAID employee that was falsely using an office supply retailer's mailing address. You know, think like
yes.
Staples and places like that.
Sorry, I kind of was like, this is stupid. These co-hosts are like some little sense of this. Hey guys, kind of slaughtered like a lot of you. I needed some leather. I kind of meant it. I didn't care about it at all. I didn't even feel bad. I'd do it again if I could.
That there are checks and balances in place where we can write letters all day and we can request IG oversight. But if that IG says, I'm not going to investigate, I'm not interested, I, as a United States Senator, don't have the power to force them to do it. And this is why I'm so excited that we have Doge and that we have a president that's willing to back
yes.
us up.
Absolutely. So really, none of this could be done without the president.
Sorry.
You know, and with regard to the USAID stuff, I went over it with him, in detail, and he agreed with that we should shut it down. I mean, that's I want to be clear. That's
why is Drake fucking trending? Why is Drake trending?
A few times, you know, are you sure? I'm like, yes. So we're shutting it down.
Oh yeah, that's why. Because bro got 3 Grammys. Fuck you, Drake. I mean, love you, hate.
Supporting radical left causes throughout the world, including.
Because like I don't want to get marked for hate street. I'm not doing it. I was just like, bro.
Right, and that's why there are probably some arguments to be made about what could be important work that falls under USAID. But the fact of the matter is that it has been overshadowed by these bad actors.
Yes.
So if there are truly good pro-American programs, then let's move them to the State Department.
Exactly.
Let's make sure we have proper oversight.
Exactly.
Let's make sure that when senators and congressmen are asking for documents, that they provide them in a timely manner.
Yes.
Let's make sure the IGs are upfront and honest and wanting to be the watchdog over the agencies that they are charged with. I mean, this is not rocket scientist, and
yes.
You're a rocket scientist.
This is simply common sense, and being responsive to the electorate. That's you just can't have these sort of institutions which are taking lots of taxpayer money, but then are not answerable to elected representatives of the public. Then they're totally disconnected. So I sort of I call it like we must move away from rule of the bureau to rule of the people, demos.
And I would say I'm hopeful that some of this creates momentum. Joni,
Yes.
Why is
with
Elon
senators, with some of your
talking like
colleagues as
a
well,
13-year-old boy?
passing
Like,
the REINS Act, right? I mean, half of this
yeah.
is
what's up with all the stuttering?
decades of Congress effectively just punting off the
Is
responsibility
he high
to
again?
avoid accountability. Not
Getting
you, but many of
on.
your colleagues
He's
over
probably
the
getting
years.
his house fucking baked
And
off whatever
hopefully,
drug
if
he
this
does.
is a catalyst to say Congress and
I
the
don't know
Senate say
what
we
he
take
be
the
on, but-
lawmaking power back to the elected representatives of the people, and get the kinds of things done that haven't gotten done for years, like the REINS Act and other mechanisms to say lawmaking power comes back to Congress. I think that could be one of the best things to come out of all of this. I'm hopeful
Yeah,
that happens this
exactly.
time. I know you're supportive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like fundamentally, there's got to be a feedback loop to the people. You can't have these organizations that are just disconnected from the will of the people. Like I said, you just fundamentally do not have a democracy in that situation. You have tyranny of the bureaucracy, which is just inappropriate and needs to end.
By the way, Len, who's pumped up about you bringing everybody back to work is actually Muriel Bowser, mayor of D.C. I mean,
Okay.
you're talking
Yeah,
about
exactly.
the homeless encampments. I talked to her maybe, last month or month and a half ago. That's a Democrat. It doesn't matter. It's basically the base principle of A, self-governance, and B,
Man.
saving money, and
For the life of me,
making
I
sure
will
that
never
our
understand the
buildings
like
aren't being
Democrat and
infested
Republican
by
thing. Why the
homeless
hell
invasion, but
were
instead
you
is
already
actually
split?
creating a thriving capital.
Like,
I think
does
is
that not like defeat the
shockingly a
point of like
bipartisan
make
idea.
America
If
okay
we give
again?
people
Because we've
permission
never been
to come
great.
out as
Fuck that
Democrats
shit.
and say those things make sense, which I think we're seeing some
we
of,
just
which I
take
think is
over
cool.
shit. That's
No,
the
you're
greatest
absolutely
thing
right.
ever, I guess.
The lack of
What am I
people
doing?
showing up
Mining.
for
Yeah.
work in DC has made DC look like a ghost town. In fact,
Man,
parts
what
of
the
DC,
heck
it
am I
looks kind of
already doing?
post-apocalyptic in parts of DC because once people start coming to work, then the restaurants close down, then the stores close down, and then you just have boarded up stores and restaurants. And it destroys the small businesses in downtown DC. So, yeah, and there's a reason why people come to work and are more effective and more collaborative in one place. We're sort of rediscovering why do you have offices? Oh, it turns out there's a reason. So. And the president has made it a little clear. Like, return to work. That's it. End of story. So,
I think the first 2 weeks has been pretty massive.
Yes.
And if it continues at that rate, I mean, even if you think about one of the big economic questions right now is the 10-year Treasury rates, right? They're going up. Bond markets don't like our national debt. If this is the pace of what cutting looks like presented in a coherent plan, I'm hopeful that bond investors and credit investors in the U.S. government debt can
condoms? I mean, how many do you need?
Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh,
have no
you
idea
guys.
what they're
A real
listening,
line
like
item.
laughing about. I hate these guys. It's not like
Well,
okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
don't-
Just keep,
I
just
don't
keep
doubt
pushing.
that there we did have those items going to Gaza. I don't know if it was that
Man,
many.
what fucking
but
time is it in
That was
DC? Jesus
$8 million.
Christ.
I'm pretty
This is
sure.
the problem.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably that line item, but God knows
Yeah,
what
was it really? Yes,
Right, exactly. But that's the problem we have with the budget, and why when monies flow through all of these entities, we may have a line item that goes to, say, USAID, or maybe goes through USAID.
Hamilton did not die for this
United
nigga.
Nations, and then from
Just
the
saying that
United
right now,
Nations,
guys.
it goes to a subcontractor, and from that subcontractor, it goes to someone else. It is a nightmare trying to follow that money and
Yes.
to understand what it's actually being used for. So again, going back to the transparency, we
See,
need to
that
make sure
doesn't
that
sound
we
bad.
have our eyes on
But
it,
I don't
and that
trust
it's easily
Elon
accessible.
with
And
our
maybe not just
fucking
by their
money. That's just
but
something I
also
would
the
just
public as well.
I agree.
like.
Too. If it's public money being spent, it should be in full view of the public. But when they want to hide this stuff, frankly, it is the reality is because there's.
What are you gonna
massive
hide it? Be kind of
That's
like
the
behind a
reality.
couple of programs where
Nobody
you
needs
can
to hide
control
something
where
if
it's
there's
like,
something
okay, that makes
to
sense.
hide.
Okay.
Once in a while, you've got something that's say an intelligence operation or like that actually needs to be classified, but that's a rare situation. That's a tiny fraction of expenditures. The vast majority of these things is unfortunately a tremendous amount of fraud and abuse. And what, the reason that is so
Speak,
extreme
bro. You about to irritate me.
is that the checks never bounce for the federal government.
Oh.
Okay, so the federal government can always
Makes
make
so much
more
sense
money.
now.
And the problem is that in
He's
in
cleared
doing
it all,
so,
guys.
that's what creates inflation. Something that I really
Plate
want to
these
reinforce
nuts.
to people is that it's government spending that creates inflation.
Man, where do we find
So
diamonds at? I
prices
forgot the
go up
number.
at the grocery store. It's because the government spent more money than it brought in.
Sworn it's like
taxes,
negative 15.
Increased the money supply, diluted the value of money, and made your paycheck go be less valuable. It meant like the prices are going up because of government-induced spending, of government spending that results in inflation. So now it's just very important to connect those dots because people they sort of think like, well, maybe the supermarket's taking advantage of them, and they're not. You can look at the financials of the supermarket; they have like 2% margins. So it's got nothing to do with price gouging of the supermarket.
Okay, 1, I did not mean to swipe X. 2, I need to go down to like negative 50. When did it get that low? It's not what I was expecting.
We solve government overspending,
Not at all.
and the money supply grows at the same rate as the output of goods
Go
and
down,
services.
Jesus
There will
Christ.
be no inflation, and the prices in the supermarket now will be the same as the prices in the supermarket in a year. And that's a super big deal, and that really affects people's lives. That's what we're aiming for, and we're going to do everything possible to succeed in that goal.
And I think every dollar saved, I mean, the problem you just mentioned, Elon, is exactly why 10-year interest rates on U.S. Treasuries are
Guys, I pulled out
going
all
up,
my
even if
stocks
the government's
because of
trying
Trump
to
and
make
his
them go
fucking
down, the
terrorists.
market's bidding
Like,
right back up.
they're fucking up my money.
Conversely,
Like,
for
I'm just saying that right now.
$1 hard dollar actually saved, right? So how many ever billion it was
Like,
the first 2 weeks?
I kind of believed in AI for the
It's
moment.
almost like a 2-to-1
I
saving.
kind of believed all of it.
Because that means
But
that
then I looked a little
interest
past
rate
it and
that
Trump
lenders
like,
to the US
okay.
government charge
Okay.
will go down
Yes.
at a time when the interest rate payment itself on our national debt
If you say so.
is one of the biggest items of our federal budget.
And
So
we
that
always get
automatically
more in
comes down for
debt.
every
Can
one
we
of these
talk about that?
savings.
Why are we always in debt?
You present it as a coherent plan.
I thought past generations are supposed to deal with that, and then we're just in. Okay.
That alone, I think, will have a 2-to-1 savings for every dollar that's actually hard dollar that's actually saved, because you get the interest cost next year that comes down as a consequence as well.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point that you just made for me.
I sworn we were not supposed to be talking about any of this, but we were only supposed to be talking about like. Oh no, no, you're right. Talk about Doge.
You actually get a double benefit when you bring down government spending.
I forgot this is the actual like a government
very
fucking.
important
This is a
benefit,
joke.
which is that
Like this is. God damn it.
Because the government is no longer.
I deadass so thought he was about to start talking about cryptocurrency, and then I remembered that this is an actual.
That
Oh.
drives up the interest rate. So
School can never look me in the eyes and be like, hey, you gotta take everything serious now. No, I don't. One of our government fucking systems are now called Doge. Yeah, the meme coin from 2017.
Exactly.
It's probably not even 2017. It's probably older. I don't know.
People of America want.
Fucking still in middle school.
Yeah, I couldn't agree.
Crashing out.
More,
My apologies.
gentlemen. I mean, it's really important, and I'm sitting here tonight in Iowa, and I
get
took
out.
my mom to church this morning.
Leave.
And everybody
Get out of
in
our
church,
state.
kind of stand around
Don't make
backwards
our
and
state interesting
and
now. This is
everybody's
not what I
really
want our state to be
excited
interesting
about the
for.
opportunity
Yes, I
the
live in
new
Iowa.
administration
Yes,
is
I hate it. I do
bringing
not like this place.
because
It has
costs are just
nothing. If you
through the
think
roof
of Iowa and be like, man, what goes on in
people
Iowa?
my neighborhood
Nothing.
in
Don't worry about it.
Southwest Iowa. I mean, it's hard. These are folks just getting up every single morning trying to do their job and do the best, and yet we as a government have failed to listen to their needs and then to be able to cut the spending at the federal level to make sure that their taxes stay low, and make sure that we are paying down our debt. No more deficit spending. Let's try and balance this budget as best we can. And we've heard plans from, Ron Johnson and others in the Congress, but we've really got to get serious about it because, like, every one of my constituents owes $67,000 to our national debt. That's outrageous.
And it's getting worse over time. So, really, if we don't do something about it, America's going to go bankrupt. That's a fact. So we must do something about it. It's imperative. Senator Mike Lee, I see you've joined. Would you like to add something to this conversation? I know you've got some great stuff as well to talk about.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks so much for the invitation. Look, I see this as an inflection point. Every 75 to 90 years in Anglo-American history, we've seen a major upheaval. We had one in 1776, another one in 1861, another one in 1937. 2025, we're due for one. And I think that's going to be the Doge revolution. And I think it has to be about much more than just the individualized wasteful spending of pet projects. At the core of all this is a fundamental ailment, which is that we've misconstrued the purpose of the United States government. It's supposed to be about just a small handful of things: weights and measures, trademarks, copyrights, and patents, regulating interstate foreign commerce. And
no. I mean,
it.
the founders of the country it would blow their minds that the federal government has gotten so gigantic and is interfering with people's lives in so many ways.
That's exactly right. And then we've compounded the problem once we lost track of what the federal government's purpose is. We put the wrong branch in charge of the wrong responsibilities. We've been making most of our law, 100,000 pages a year, through the executive branch, which the Constitution says you can't do. It says you cannot make a federal law unless you go through both houses of Congress and then give it to the president. So we've destroyed federalism and separation of powers. I think for Doge to succeed, we have to restore both of those. In my view, the best way to start is by passing the REINS Act, which would require Congress to enact those laws. And I think to get that passed this year, we've got to attach it to the debt ceiling bill. I've been on that on my base Mike Lee account.
I mean, I absolutely agree with you 100%. I mean, what you're saying is just absolutely true. There's vast amounts of federal regulation, which are de facto laws that are created. That it's an incomprehensible amount. It's literally no human could possibly even comprehend it. If you tried your hardest your whole life, you could barely understand a small fraction of the regulations and these regulations. If you look at them, there's millions of them, and it's not like any one regulation is the showstopper. But I mean, the way I sort of visualize it, it's like Gulliver. Like America's like Gulliver, tied down by millions of little strings, and we need to cut those strings and free the giant.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Those laws, which they are laws, those will put you in prison. Those will shut down your business. Those will ruin your life if you disobey them. No different than any other law.
It's totally crazy.
Well, it is exciting. Elon, isn't it true President Trump has an executive order that says for every one new regulation that is put into place, 10 have to be rescinded.
Yes. Yes, and now, of course, the bureaucracy is going to try to game that by like having the one regulation, sort of, when like somebody says, well, I have, everyone can ask one question, but then have a question in like 10 parts. So it's possible to it's possible to game the regulation.
A lot of people listen to this.
So I think in addition to that executive order, which I certainly applaud, I think we need to go in and do wholesale removal of regulations. Like regulations basically should be default gone, not default there, default gone. And if it turns out that we missed them off on a regulation, we always add it back in. These regulations are added willy-nilly all the time. So we just got to do wholesale spring cleaning of regulation and get the government off the backs of everyday Americans, so people can get things done, and the government doesn't have a sort of boot on the neck of the average Americans, which is just what are the core founding values of this country? What has made America great? What will lead to further greatness is a focus on merit, that you get ahead as a function of your hard work and skill, and that you have freedom. It's free. It's the land of freedom and opportunity, and if the government has millions of regulations holding everyone back, well, it's not freedom. We've got to restore freedom.
And by the way, that's copied, multiplied, and 50-fold higher, where each of the 50 states then do the same thing.
Yes.
And many of these federal regulations are duplicative of the states doing the exact same thing, where the bureaucracies in each of the states are behaving like the federal government. So you think about the impact on people's lives, it just layers one on top of the other. And, like you talk about zero-based budgeting, I really like this concept of zero-based regulations, where the default is nothing and build back on top.
Nothing, exactly.
Right.
I mean, it used to be
that's what our founders wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. It used to be like...
Keep the founders' names out of your mouth. Jesus Christ.
You just go, you just...
Bro's getting into people's delusions, and I can't stand it.
The government's not like prying into every part of like, get the license for this, do the license for that, get to 17,000 permits. I mean, like you look at LA, and like how it's like, I mean, when I lived in LA, it was hard to get a permit to remodel your kitchen. And now, with this disaster that's happening in LA, this terrible tragedy, just the sheer number of permits required to build a house are staggering. Basically, they've made it illegal. So, like, but we got to start somewhere on the regulatory front, and certainly, at least if we address federal regulation, then people can choose to move from one state to another and still remain in America, and move to the state that has less regulation, where the government is less, gives you more freedom, and you've got that competition between states. You've got that federal system that was meant to be the case. That was how the country was created. Like, let the states compete, and if your state is being oppressive, you can go to a neighboring state and live there. That's the whole idea.
Federalism is the answer,
yes.
No doubt. But you got two things going for us right now in the country that haven't happened in a long time. One is a willing president, Donald Trump, who actually believes everything that all four of us have just said,
exactly.
Which is a beautiful thing. And without that, it wouldn't be possible.
Let me just say, the more I got to know President Trump, the more I like him. Frankly, I love the guy. He's great.
Yeah, and he's full bore more than any president we've had since the creation of the administrative state. So I think that's number one. And number two is, thanks to him actually in his first term, you got a Supreme Court that 6-3 vehemently agrees with everything we've just said.
Yes.
And so I think it's possible.
Yes, in fact,
it's actually possible.
Yes, in fact, if it's not possible now,
If-
it'll be possible. This is our shot. This is the best hand of cards we're ever going to have. And if we don't take advantage of this best hand of cards, it's never going to happen. So we're going to do it.
I agree.
Now or never.
Yeah, now or never. And I do think you're right, Vivek.
Diamonds!
With the
Diamonds!
first administration of President Trump and kind of lessons learned through that administration and now in the second administration, the stage is set, and he knows how to aggressively tackle a lot of these issues that have plagued us for years. And folks ask me, oh, Trump's first 100 days, what is that going to be like? And I'm like, forget the 100 days, folks. It's going to happen a lot faster than that. And he needs to continue to be aggressive. And we all know there's going to be bumps along the way. Of course there are, because we're moving at the speed of relevance here. But we've got to get in there and make an impact so that our constituents can actually see the benefit, because we've got a tough mid-cycle or mid-presidential year election coming up in 2026, and we cannot lose the House or the Senate, because then the president will be dead in the water.
Yeah, but
and
absolutely.
We just need to move out.
Well, that's
move out.
Yeah, I think that's really the people will judge the performance and whether actually we got things done and whether things are better off, and in 2 years. And I think if the people feel like, yeah, they're better off, the country's working better, they feel like, there's, the reward for hard work is there, that their their paycheck's going further than it used to, that their standard of living is better, their mortgage is lower, the credit card bills are lower, the prices at the stores are the same, they haven't risen dramatically, then I think there's no problem. We will win the next election. The people will reward that performance.
Win next election?
So I think
Win next election?
That's
Bro, I swear to God, if this nigga wins another election, because he shouldn't even get another election. What are you talking about? What?
And which is usually unusual, but I think if we make these goals happen, I think we'll actually have an increased majority in the House and Senate, and
we're cooked.
We'll be able to continue.
We're cooked. Oh God, we're cooked.
And even greater. So.
Love it.
The case, the blanket that, Elon, you and I have talked about this. Mike Lee, you and I have talked about this. But, might as well just say it here as well, is when in doubt, push it to the states, right? If there's some doubt about, okay, well, we're not sure about this regulation. You got a whole nuclear energy framework at the federal level. You have an entire one in each of the 50 states. Same thing for spending or some other program. Are people going to really suffer if this is taken away? Federalism is the answer. Just push it to the states. And, I think that's a big part of, obviously what I'm looking to do next. But it's governors across the state, whatever, let them bear the load of what the federal government needed. Because that's actually what the founders envisioned in the first place. Mike, you've been a crusader for this since day one.
That is right. That is the whole reason I ran for this job 15 years ago. The fact is the people of our country are upset. They're upset about our government because it manages things poorly. And what a lot of people are starting to grasp is that it's not just a matter of changing from the red team to the blue team and back to the red team and making sure you've got better personnel in there, because better personnel won't make those same mistakes and won't fund the stupid studies about the drunk gerbils on a treadmill.
Yeah.
The point is, it's poorly run, because when the U.S. government is doing all kinds of things that it's not supposed to be doing, that should be left to the states or to the people, in the words of the 10th Amendment, it becomes very poor, very bad at doing things that it is supposed to do.
Why does this nigga sound like Dream?
Good at running the Pentagon and making sure that traffic lanes, lines of commerce are open. When you are doing all kinds of things that the federal government wasn't built to do, we're using it as the wrong tool. There are very few things that the federal government currently does that the federal government is itself uniquely equipped and constitutionally authorized to do. That's what we've got to get back to. And that's why this is going to be a painful, radical, transformational change in many circumstances. But it's going to be a huge relief to the American people once we get through the initial shock, and once we get through this stage where the media is telling us the sky is going to fall, dogs and cats living together in the streets, apocalyptic stuff, once they realize that's not true, they're going to feel this huge burden lifted. That's what we want. We want a better future for America. We can't get to
Absolutely.
returning to our founding document.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. And I'm actually pretty optimistic that we're going to make it happen. You know, I think things can happen. So the progress is good so far, and if it keeps accelerating, then I think it's going to be awesome. So, you know, the cost of excess regulation on economic growth and prosperity is like really underestimated. Like if you basically, you know, don't even allow people to do things, like make it illegal, well, you can't, the builders can't build. And America is a nation of builders. But we need to give the builders permission to build. And that's really what deregulation is all about. Just letting people do things.
Crazy.
Deregulation and meritocracy go hand in hand, actually. They're two sides of the same coin. And you want to actually measure Doge's success is not just the deficit reduction. I don't think that's the sole metric, although it's a really important one. And bringing down the national debt and the interest payment costs as a consequence, that's really important. But actually a lot of these benefits of delivering economic growth won't be measured in this year's deficit reduction, but will be measured in long-run GDP growth, long-run economic growth, long-run prosperity of the country.
Yeah,
and I think that's equally important.
I'm optimistic that we'll see a material impact in FY26, which starts in October. You know, a lot of the stuff I think we'll make significant gains in FY25. Government financial year 25, which ends in September.
Daniel.
But I
Silk
I think
Touch.
that, like the sort of metric we're tracking, sort of kind of startup style, or just, and we're going to be posting more and more detail on the Doge website and Doge handle on X is just so people can see in detail. Like this is where we're seeing the delta in spending between current spending and government financial year 25, or 26, which starts in October. And that number is really, you know, we think it's at this point over $1 billion today, maybe $2 billion, maybe approaching $3 billion. I think we can. I think we can take $1 trillion out of the deficit next year. Like, you know, obviously this is going to.
Does he usually say on this much, or am I tweaking? Like,
but thus far, we certainly have that, and also support of the Congress, and support, and also hopefully support from the judiciary as well. But it's I mean, basically the goal in a nutshell is pretty straightforward. It's like we have a $2 trillion deficit, which is far in excess of economic growth. If we can get that deficit in half, from 2 trillion to 1 trillion, and we can get the economic growth to match that 1 trillion growth in the money supply, that means there will be no inflation, and also that interest rates will drop, credit card interest down, mortgage interest down.
Where is he reading this from?
Interest down.
Who's typing this out for him? They need to stop.
And prices at the store stay the same. That is a great.
They like typing every single.
I think we can do it.
I don't.
I think
You know, people say it's unrealistic.
No,
Yeah, people say it's unrealistic. It's, but you know, the funniest part about this is just the hard number here. And the four of us here know the answer, but for people who are listening, it might be eye-opening. Where, like, how much money did the federal government actually spend last year? Not the mumbo jumbo, not discretionary this and not like just like how much did the federal government spend last year? It was about $7 trillion. It was just under $7 trillion. How much did we spend in this like ancient time period known as 2019? Okay.
Not that long ago.
Like this year called 2019. Not that long ago. We all kind of remember 2019. It was $4.5 trillion. It was less than 4.5. 4.45. About $4.5 trillion. That's $2.5 trillion right there.
Yes.
So if you just go back to 2019, that's $2.5 trillion.
Exactly.
Which is insane, actually, that they think that that's impossible. As 2019 was not that long ago.
Right.
And you know, it should
Precisely.
be
And nobody thought that there was
exactly.
an apocalyptic hellscape underway in 2019.
Yeah, 2019 was pretty cool, actually. I like 2019.
Going out of 2019 was not some nightmarish hellscape. Exactly. In fact, we got a lot of just
and Mike,
things were just fine in 2019.
Mike can vouch for this too, though. What we saw with COVID, as we were pushing all those dollars out the door, they started a lot of programs with those dollars, and people just continued to expect those dollars to come, even though we're way beyond COVID.
Yes.
Way beyond COVID.
Well, so often people will say, like, well, you can't reduce deficit that much because what about all the entitlement spending? You know, like there's the sort of guaranteed spending. Well, but here's the thing, and especially during COVID, as you alluded to, there was actually a massive growth, a massive increase in the amount of fraud and waste in entitlements, with like fake people, like collecting Social Security, like bogus payments to Medicare. The level of fraud is actually staggering, and it just cutting back on that. And by the way, it's not just even U.S. fraud rings. I don't think people realize this. But there's the estimates I've seen are between 100 and 200 billion dollars in foreign fraud rings. There are professional foreign fraud rings operating that are taking somewhere between 100 and 200 billion dollars a year of U.S. taxpayer money out of the country. And a lot of people realize that. And so the fraud in that case isn't even going to American fraudsters. It's going somewhere in other countries.
Mm-hmm. Well, Iman, I sent that example to you the other day. Sat down with a friend of yours, works in ID technology, and he showed me that video of a deep fake where it was a Chinese scammer trying to receive U.S. federal government benefits. You know, just it's outrageous. But so much of that money that Chinese scammers are taking out of the pockets of our taxpayers.
Yes, and I mean, there's really there's American entitlements are being defrauded by people not even in the U.S. From many other countries because the fraud controls are so weak on the entitlements programs. The due diligence is so bad that it's actually possible to operate hundreds, if not thousands, of fake people and get entitlements sent to you that you then take the money out of the country, out of the United States. This is happening as we speak. It's utterly insane. So this is why I'm actually quite optimistic that $1 trillion can be saved just by addressing waste, fraud, and abuse. While it's a lot of work, I don't think this is some insurmountable task. I am confident it can be done, and we'll do everything in our power to make it happen. And I think that'll be if we succeed. And I hope, I'd like to ask for the support of the American people, because we're going to get a lot of opposition. Because let me tell you, from what I remember most from one of the things I remember from the PayPal days was that who complains the loudest is the fraudsters. Okay, so when somebody was trying to commit fraud to PayPal, where we would see the most amount of righteous indignation, like it would be like immediate over-the-top righteous indignation, was from the fraudsters, not from honest people. Because honest people are like, I think there's something wrong with my account. I wonder what's wrong. Let me inquire. But the fraudsters will come at you immediately. It's like a tell that someone's actually doing fraud, because the level of sort of faux outrage is way over the top. So we're going to get a lot of that. A lot of people claiming with fake outrage, claiming that they're sort of sort of a single mother with kids just trying to feed them. Meanwhile, it's like some dude operating a fraud ring out of another country. Actually, that's what the kind of thing we'll see. So really, I would like to ask for the support of the American people in pursuit of this goal, and bearing in mind that we're going to see some pretty outrageous stuff from the fraudsters as we crack down on fraud. They're going to be the loudest complainers. So, to anyone in America listening to this, your support in pursuit of this goal is very much appreciated. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely, and thank you, Elon and Vivek. I think we've got a ways to go, but I'm glad it's rolling along. And this Doge has been the most aggressive effort, really, to downsize or right-size our government since probably at least the Reagan Revolution. So just excited to be part of it and have the support of the American people as we move through and, make them squeal in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Thanks to DJT. Thank you, Elon. And you keep kicking ass. And when in doubt, send it to the States.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take care of it there. Exactly.
All right.
So.
Cool. Well, thank you, Senator Lee,
Control's my controller.
perhaps one day Senator Ramaswamy. Well, Governor Ramaswamy. Wait.
Yeah, that's kind of the direction we're headed.
And everyone who tuned in. Once again, I'm asking for your support for Noble Goal. And please help in any way you can. Like sometimes it's like the small things that happen on the side that there's this sort of small thankless tasks that actually will result. Like Doge is gonna win. Doge will win if millions of people support it in ways that I wouldn't even know how they supported it, but just that you did. And so thank you to the unknown soldier.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, Elon, before we all break out of here, I do want to acknowledge the, I've founded the Senate Doge Caucus on my side of the rotunda. We've got some great co-chairs over in the House as well with Pete Sessions and Aaron Bean and Blake Moore. They have got now, I think, over 100 members of Congress.
Jesus Christ.
That have joined the Doge Caucus.
Jesus
and we've
Christ.
got 18 and climbing in the
Oh
United
my
States
fucking
Senate
God,
as
we're
well.
cooked.
So you and the
We're
president
good.
and Vivek have all kind of really gotten everybody to come together, and I'm just really
Oh,
grateful
how
that
great.
we have an outlet
Who is
and are
this
able
bitch,
to do
bro?
this. So
Who?
thank you all so much.
That sounds good, and we'll be doing this every week. So I look forward to having members from the House.
You hear that, chat?
And
Every week
contributors.
we gonna be here,
And try to keep
and I'm gonna be
people
hating
informed
like a motherfucker
and of the progress, and I think it'll be very interesting to follow along.
on every Saturday. That's
Thanks,
so
everyone.
weird.
Thanks
Take
so much,
care.
Elon. Thanks, guys.
Whoa, this is wrong, please.
Chat, I think that was it. Well, that happened. I'm gonna give me a couple of orange juice. How about that? Man, 104 days, and I dead ass. We have not moved past my iron. It's like day 04. Another portal just now opened up. Listen, guys, I had to take a little break. It's fine. But just got done listening to that bullshit. Generally don't even know how to feel about it. I feel like I've just listened to nonsense for like the past hour. So, yeah. That's gonna be our first couple of months, weeks, who knows. I'm just gonna be tired. Like, every time I open Twitter, it's gonna be bullshit. It's that simple. And every time I open Twitter, I'm gonna hate. Every Trump fan, I don't care. Now, I get to watch the stock market crash and go down. Yay. I sent bullshit in the air, so I just pulled. There's nothing in recent events that would lead me to make this decision. I don't know why I just made a mining trade. Is there one called Just Chillin'? That makes sense. I'm wiping the things and I'm wiping down the walls, washing off my clothes and I'm did it all for her, so I feel nothing at all. I'm still mining. I'm still chilling. That's redstone. Cause I killed someone for you. Excuse her. Down, I guess I'll take you with me. Yeah, I go back. Second time that shit happened. Duh. Fuck fake friends. Take and take. Hurry up. Ugh. Look at all the natural resources we haven't took yet. Yeah, I gotta fix that. see there's a little bit of a problem here.
No. No.
Alright, guys. We officially reached the end of the stream, guys. It's been fun. No one was watching, but you know, the stream got out there. That's all I really wanted. I had fun. Got some mining in. The entire stream was just mining and listening to Elon Musk bullshit. Hope you guys leave a like, subscribe. And if someone's watching the stream over years ago, get your ass back to the present. I ain't got time for you. This is just like some throwaway stream I wanted to do and play Minecraft. Come on, it's only episode 2. Come on, see, this is a good episode 2 start. Come on, I was just mining, doing nothing else, nothing big, nothing major. Getting back into the series. I abandoned it. Can I make that joke? What am I talking about? Yeah, I'm about to so die. I was like, no, I'm gonna die. Kids, don't do that. It will kill you apparently. Oh, my loot's everywhere. Fell on a fence. But that's a perfect way to end the stream, guys. Come on. Almost. Making it. Come on. So, leave a like, subscribe, and where the fuck is my pickaxe? picking up all my loot. Well, I guess I don't have a pickaxe now, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode, which may happen tomorrow. Who knows? You know. I don't know if I explained that the Sonic series and also the Hitman series will be not on my list anymore because, well, Sonic Forces, it's like RPG form, and I was gonna get into it, but that is gonna be like trying to see either I should maybe do it as a stream or scrap the entire idea. I'm on the bridge about it. I might just end up just not doing it. And then Hitman, I bought a version of Hitman, but I didn't buy the entire access, I guess. I just bought I bought the cover screen. Like, I didn't get any of the story mode for it, so I guess that's just another dud, and I'm just not gonna follow up on it. But that's why I play Minecraft and Apex. Why play Apex? Because why the freak not? Man, I wish I had a bone for you, but I don't. Stop trying to go after my sheep. Stop it. Leave my sheep alone. Can I get a bone for that guy? Hold up. Guys, I know I said I was gonna end the stream, but hold up. I gotta get me that fox. Made me a wolf. Yeah, I said fox, I meant wolf. What the hell is this? The hell? The freak? No, I think I could definitely add those books together. Hello. Anyway. Bones. 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 Bones and bones. It's not fucking bones. Checking my friend's house. Bones. Damn. Dog dead. Ah, son of a bitch. Anyway. I have bone. What'd the dog get? What'd the dog get? Where'd the dog go? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Where did this dog just go? That bridge crosses. We own, listen, I own that land. I am that land because it crosses over to there. I don't care. We just haven't colonized it yet. All this land is ours. If you want to come for it, you're going to have to kill me for it. Motherfucker. But that's the end of the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and just holding this fucking bone because I thought I was going to get a dog. End of the stream now. Hold up. Yeah, I'm in the stream.